And in that section, we learned about the benefits of automated software testing, how basically it cuts the costs for the employer so that they are more efficient, and then you have a stable job. So after we got all of the basics down, we started learning about Selenium-Webdriver and exactly how it comes into play with all of this that we learned with the agile lifecycle, with automation testing, and why it's so beneficial. How does Selenium-Webdriver help us with all of this? And we learned a little bit about what Selenium-Webdriver is and how it is an API that is used, and there are just a bunch of different drivers that help us to automate different browsers, right? There's a Firefox driver, a Chrome driver, an IE driver, a Safari driver, and all of those can be downloaded as like a package and then utilized to automate whatever browser we need to make our testing much easier. And some positives and negatives of Selenium-Webdriver were that Selenium-Webdriver is just much easier to use. It is very page object oriented, and so therefore the methods inside of the class make it really easy to use. The other beauty is that most of the methods easily transfer between one language to another, right? Java and C# both have defined element method. They both have defined elements method. They're all very similar to use. So whatever language you are going to, it doesn't really matter, because you will still be able to use Selenium-Webdriver because you understand how it's used. Also, the other reason that we learned why Selenium-Webdriver is great compared to any other tool is that it's free, right? There are other automation tools out there that are paid and cost a lot of money, and they don't compare to all of the functionalities that Selenium-Webdriver comes into play, especially some of the functionalities like being able to run in the cloud on virtual machines in the cloud. That's a really amazing feature that very few other tools offer. You can also do things like mobile testing. You can do things like amazing screen capture software. You can do parallel testing, and all of that can be done with Selenium-Webdriver, and very few other tools at this point in time of, what is this, September of 2015 can do that. So that's why this guy stands out, because it seems like it's very easily scalable and very easy to plug into and use at any point of your testing. After we learned everything about Selenium-Webdriver and how it helps us achieve our goals, we actually started to do stuff. We started to do some work and started to download the appropriate tools. I taught you guys how to download things like Firefox, the Firebug plugin. Tiffany taught you guys how to install Visual Studio. We even taught you guys how to install the Selenium IDE so that we can use all of them in our future learning. So after we downloaded all the tools that we needed, we got started with Selenium IDE. I taught you guys just a little bit about it, just how to record a test. Selenium IDE is great. It's a record and playback tool, part of the Selenium family. However, it is not an automation tool. It is just a nice little gimmick for individuals to market their tool and say, oh, look how easy it is for me to create a test. You just have to record a test and then you can replay it back and then it's going to be great. It's so easy, so fast, but it is not scalable. And I cannot get that guy in your head enough, guys. I've gone through so many record and replay tools and they all fail. Yes, it may be easy to record the first 10, 15 tests, but after that, you are going to be head in deep trying to maintain those tests, and it is not scalable at all. So you just need to stop thinking that they work. You just need to stop with that mentality, and you just need to do it the right way. The longer way, yes, it takes longer time to develop a test, but it's the correct way. It is more maintainable over time. It is more scalable, and that's why we're learning Selenium-Webdriver with C# so that you have the right tools to do the job correctly.